Another shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Another shot is gonna hit you with a mind overloaded, loaded. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Just remember, everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might be the alcohol talking. It might be the alcohol talking. Let's go.
Welcome to another Shot Podcast, where our opinions might be real, or it could just be the liquor talking. Sit back and enjoy another shot.
Yo, what's going on, guys? What is up? Welcome to our Sunday Weekend Hangover, and I tell you what, we came within a breath of actually coming on an hour earlier, but sometimes you gotta show the ones you love a little attention and affection, so I'll let you guys twist your minds on that one for a second, put that mental image in your head. And if you can see her now, I'm gonna tell you I can't get her to mic up. Now, here's the fun part. See, you think I'm talking about Cat, and I'm not. Miss Kitty Cat is unable to join us tonight due to, well, like I just said, sometimes you gotta show the ones you love a little. Blue's gonna be home here any minute if he's not home already. So she was looking to make him a nice meal, get herself set and ready, and, well, here we are. And you'll have to remove one of the others as soon as we're back up. There we go, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we've been having some nasty storms. They're still doing construction on the road out front. And as always, guys, I mean, what would be another SHOT Show without a shit show when it comes to the internet? So, as I was saying, though, I had to beg and plead and convince. Now, getting her mic'd up is a different story. I couldn't get that mic on her, but we have an hour to do so, because I'm sure you guys would love to hear that beautiful Southern accent. I am talking about my personal missus of 19 years now. The lovely Miss Sarah is behind the camera. So normally this is where somebody would say hi, but believe me when I say she at least waved to everybody. Now, before we truly get started with our Sunday Weekend Hangover, quick shout out to our sponsor. That is MLH Distillery, located right here in Grove City, Pennsylvania. The hours of operation are 5 to 11 p.m. on Fridays, Saturdays 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. There she goes. I told her we were having a little fun with it. Those dates will be changing. Things are really starting to pick up there, guys. All these awesome drinks you see on your screen. And you'll also see me serving here at the bar. You can purchase right there at MLH Distillery, or you can get them at mlhdistillery.com. You can also find them on Facebook so you can keep up with their. A quick shout out to our other good friends there at Snap-on Tools. Yes, the premier selection in automotive tools. We love you, Robin. You're a good dude. Thank you, and welcome to the family, buddy. She's already learning really quick that, you know, sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Go ahead and click off of it now. You just got to click on it to get off of it. And now we see why, because like I said, guys, this internet is going to be a monster, which is why I'm not looking at tearing the house down, but I'm definitely going to drop into our good friend. This is aged 9 years Creek. Do not click on anything else. Go over to the comments now. We are done with this section. I know, I'm just helping you out. She was nervous as all hell about doing this. And honestly, it's really not that hard. It takes seconds. Her very first time behind the camera. And I want to applaud her for coming out and helping. She has shown a little bit of interest in the past. You guys have seen her in here during our wine nights. But outside of that, getting her in the studio is a task in itself. So, I can say without a shadow of a doubt now, and I am actually thoroughly happy about this, we have now completed the 10 sale at work. We are going back to regular schedule, business as usual, almost 60 hours this week, which I haven't done that in forever and a day. So it kind of hit. Last week I had almost 50. The only reason I wasn't where I was at this week is because they were cool enough to give me Saturday off. We won't touch on that one though. That's a sour grapes for a few people that I work with. So I'm absolutely loving life that I'm going to have Thursday off again. I'm sure Sam's going to pop in here at some point. And that's another reason why Kat isn't here, is because she is wore out from helping Sam and Drewski with their yard sale. So, hey guys, cheers. I'm sure Sam's ready for her normal Thursday. That just shows you that, you know, we got one person from regular Facebook or my personal page, another one from another Shots watching. But that eye lies too. We've had it in the past where people have been on here and it has not registered everybody. I don't know if that's just the people following or what. It's kind of, you get used to it after a while. But yes, guys, long week, 6 days straight. I know there's a lot of you out there that probably do that. It takes me back to my Halliburton days where I was working 2 weeks straight. I was doing 16 to 18 hour days. I was averaging 100 to 110 hours a week. It was nice because by about 2.5 days in, I was already into overtime. So that young lady over there can vouch for it. For quite a while, the paychecks were nice. We were comfortable. But the toll of being away from home, especially, you know, you got to bear in mind, guys, it was 1,700 miles one way. So I was doing 3,400 miles round trip. That's almost, I'm not gonna, I'll have to look it up, but that's almost the equivalent of driving from East Coast to West Coast once a month. It's a good haul, or at least close to it. Don't be yawning over there already. I offered you a drink. I offered you your soda, you know, something. Here's the other thing I love. Thank you, Miss Nancy. How are you doing, sweetness? All you gotta do is click on it, sweetie. Just click on it and leave it. Click on it. Click on the message. This is my Whiskey Willie persona going on. So it's actually gotten a lot. Now you can click on it again to get rid of it. You don't even have to do all that. Just click on it, babe. Helping you out. And I know you know Miss Nancy. from the family reunions, the cousin dinners. Yes, that is her. We got Sarah behind the camera, and she is being shy about talking, so she will not mic up right now. And you know I'm going to say it, Miss Nancy. You even said it there. One of these times, you're going to have to actually get in your vehicle, put the key in, turn it on, get on the interstate, and come here so you can see things firsthand. And this is how fast everything starts to go. No, she's learning. But like I said, I mean, the toll of being on the road, it was rough. And the fun part was, it was an average of, the fastest we've done it was exactly 24 hours. And let's say this much. I wasn't exactly, nor co-pilot, neither one of us were exactly doing the speed limit. That was the famous time that, you don't even have to click on that. Just click on the message itself. It'll come up. Yeah, we did it in almost exactly 24 hours, maybe 24 and some change. So when you're driving almost 26 hours round trip, you miss out on home time. So I was only home for about 3.5 days before I'm gonna leave and go back up. Was the money good? Yes, but it wasn't worth it in the end. And then I think the beginning of the end for me was breaking my ankle, and I was almost off for what, 6 months, 4 months, something like that. It was a good spell. And the fun part is I went back up thinking, okay, everything's healed up. And it wasn't long after I, immediately hey, she's on the ball. I'm telling you right now, she's already figured out that when we get dumped like that, she's already just 2-3 buttons, 2-3 clicks. Like I said, guys, don't be surprised if things go completely haywire tonight. I am very, very close to just going ahead and latching on to my hotspot and just saying, the hell with it. It'd be hopefully a lot stronger. We haven't tried. We just went to a new provider. I'm interested in seeing how their hotspot is. And limited, so I'm going to tell you right now, if our home internet doesn't stop acting up, we're going to switch over that way. Very, very close to miking you up. Quit yawning over there. There's good music. It's good times. We need some back and forth. This is what I get. I tell her the same thing. Need conversation. Not just with these folks, but with you as well. People would like to hear what you thought about your week. How, she's over there. Yeah, I'm picking on you. You're not immune. But she blushes a lot better. A lot more. We're just getting started. We got another 45 minutes. So anyways, guys, yeah. Like I said, sometimes the money's just not worth it. And there was no way in hell I was going to try and move them all up there. My buddy decided he was going to do that. Surprised me because we were supposed to have some sort of partnership going, an agreement. Both that way the car never stopped moving. One would drive and the other one would, sleep and so on and so forth. It was a straight shot at that point. When he, quote unquote, Pearl Harbored me with, by the way, I'm moving the fam up there. And it wasn't until the day of the weekend of is when he tells me, oh, by the way, So not only am I going back, we're loading up the kids and my stuff. We got a place. So he did all that behind my back. That didn't sit very well. And then I get up there and there was some dispute because I was coming off the broken ankle, and it ended up. I got a hold of a friend of mine. He goes, "Dude, I've got a job for you. You're set up." I quit right then and there. Packed up everything and drove through the night. And on top of the fact, I'm telling you, it was what was insane about this one was the fact that on the way back, the big flood that had happened, where the story I got, because of the rain and everything, the snow, they needed to release some of the river water from up in Canada. Well, Canada failed to notify, or something happened to where it just, before you knew it, all the river started rising. They're like, "Hey, what's going on?" "Oh yeah, we released the levees a little bit." And it came down. It stretched all the way down Kansas. So on top of everything else, I had to stray off the path that I know just to get back home. And that was like zero fun, I'll tell you right now. So it actually added like an extra 5 hours to my trip. Again, I don't miss it. And being from Pennsylvania, guys, I've always told everybody, I was used to the cold. Everybody's like, "Hey, we get some pretty harsh winters up here." "Oh, the cold's fine, I'll be all right. I got a Chevy Equinox, it's all-wheel drive, we should be good, right?" It started snowing in October and didn't end until May. I was actually sending pictures to the wife of going out and shoveling, and then literally 5 minutes later sending her another picture showing how much snow had actually reaccumulated right on top of everything. So like I said, moving them up there would have been a hard no. On top of the fact, Williston, just to me, you had 2 strip clubs, a couple restaurants, a couple hotels, and a truck stop, and a Walmart. Well, that was it. What's weird is though they still have a high school and they had a college right there. So one of the things that I thought was fun was the fact that it didn't matter whether you, well, there was a bowling alley. Sorry. You could go to the bowling alley. It didn't matter. You can go to the restaurants. You can go to the strip clubs. All of them had blackjack tables. All of them had pool tabs. It wasn't uncommon for a group of us to get together and sit down at the tables and just go, especially at the hotels. Good times. But it was also weird because, and this is something I never could get used to. So this is back when Skype was a thing. And it would be like 9 o'clock at night, and I'd take the computer, walk out of, I guess you could say, my man camp trailer, and it was still, I mean, the sun was up. I think there was one time, I was literally right on the mountain timeline. Crazy. The drive wasn't bad though, because I had a very close friend with me. So the music was always going. We were always laughing, trying to find some way the communication, except at, 16 hours where he would sleep and I would sleep. And the fun part was he was a night person at that time. Me, I like to sleep at night. So in the evenings, I'd crawl in the back and stretch out, and I'd sleep for, however long I could. And then he'd either crawl in the back or he'd just lean his seat back and he'd get about 4 or 5 hours out of it. And there was one particular place we made it a tradition to stop at. And most of the time it was on the way. And that was just outside of St. Louis. There's a Denny's. And I'd like to know if they're still doing this today. One of the reasons we love stopping there, A, come on, it's Denny's breakfast. You can't really beat it. But they actually still allowed smoking in the restaurant. You'd walk, I'd never forget the first time we stopped. They said smoking and non-smoking. We just kind of looked at each other like, are you kidding me? So yeah. I mean, getting to see all the different places and stuff, and you know, you never knew what you were going to run across. But it also showed me that, you know, I'm sorry, North Dakota is one of my least favorite states. Once you cross from the South Dakota to North Dakota, it becomes super flat, hardly any trees. It's just you're in a whole new world. But again, we had a conversation the other day about jobs and everything. Like I said, sometimes the money's just not worth it. Now, who knows what would have happened had certain events not transpired, had I not broke my ankle and been home for, you know, got all that family time. Or had he not moved his family up there and we kept things going. I can't fault him for doing that. So, I mean, it's just, you know, it is what it is. I mean, as we do this, yes, go up there to the little arrow beside where it says our name and everything. No, no, over, 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 over. The arrow beside it. There we go. And there it is right there. Scroll down. Click on it. Click on it. Thank you. Connect. I don't know what to tell you then. We need to get this internet. There it is. I'll set this over beside you. That way you have a stronger signal. Now let's see how this goes. I'm absolutely 100%. But back to the original, like I was saying, guys, I mean, it's our Sunday weekend hangover. I tell you what, by the time I was done yesterday, I could not wait to get home and relax with the fam. And, you know, I was actually looking to run yesterday, and I don't know, miscommunication. Somebody didn't say, hey, you know, I noticed you walk in. Oh, you just missed her. Didn't know that somebody was messaging, hey, get back here so we can go somewhere. Didn't say, hey, I literally went into redneck mode, guys. I went into dad mode. I was in my boxers and a shirt, sat down on the couch, and just went into chill, relax mode. And was just, didn't feel like doing anything else at that point. I'm not going to lie. But had I known that somebody had messaged, that would have been a different story, because we would have went to the original plan and got out and run around. I mean, I don't know. I've told you guys before, I'm a Monday through Friday guy. I like my weekends and holidays off. This is why normally you don't see us on here Fridays and Saturdays, because, you know, we never know what we're going to be doing or where we're going. Sometimes we'll switch it up and I'll do a Friday or I'll do a Saturday. That way we can, we got Sunday. We went to Pickleberg the one day and did that whole thing. Posted a whole bunch of videos. I mean, we find a way when we don't go live to still keep in touch with everybody. It's just, I could not wait. I was super stoked about getting home, and somebody just kind of went, well, you just missed her. Well, what are you doing? Well, I'm cleaning. Okay, so let's go do something. Let's go spend some time together. It's been a long week, and let's get some stuff going. Me and Kat are talking about this all the time, and my favorite thing to say, guys, the lost art of communication, of conversation. I threw out there, oh, let's go to the animal park. Let's go here. Let's go to the outlets and just walk around. I wouldn't have cared just to go in to see what was going on. I don't know. Here in Northwest Pennsylvania, we're already starting to get like fall type weather. So I'm already starting to go into my fall vibes. Everything for me here very soon is getting ready to turn to pumpkin. Pumpkin creamer, pumpkin cookies, pumpkin beer. So, I mean, it was a perfect day to be out and about. Sun wasn't blistering on us. There was no rain. Nice little breeze. It'd have been a perfect day to get out and just walk. Go do something. So what did we end up doing? Not a damn thing. Sat at home. She made, an awesome, dinner and everything, but we watched He-Man. Not gonna lie, I absolutely loved that. I thought it was hilarious. That's exactly. What are you looking at? I'm going off facial features too. Bear in mind, so the chaos. Imagine listening to this on Spotify and you're not watching it. The chaos that is going on. It's like, hey, dude, finish your statement. I can't fully complain about everything, mainly because I still got that family time. We sat down, watched a movie, a couple movies actually. And, I mean, I've said it before, ball games and barbecues. There was no barbecue or ball game, but, same difference. We'll say it was a Saturday night real flicks and chill night. So yes, if you guys haven't checked out the new He-Man, it's on Amazon Prime. It's hilarious. At the same time, I didn't think it overly CGI'd, but there was a lot of, I don't know. I kind of feel like a hypocrite saying I like this one when I hate Avatar. I don't know. Oh, there is that too. The new Aang is out. So before we did anything, I called the little girl down, and that was a mother-daughter sit down. My wife's into cartoons, not me so much anymore. I don't know. I still call them cartoons. Some will say, no, they're anime. There's a difference. No, they're all animated, guys. Really, they are. The only difference I can say is at least these ones tell a story. But so did Voltron. So did Transformers. So did G.I. Joe, and those are all still considered cartoons. I would love to have that conversation again. If you guys weren't privy to the, or you weren't on here, is a better way to put that, for our anime conversation we had a few months back, I had two people in here just piping hot because I kept referring to them as cartoons. The one thing I will say about the animation today, it doesn't matter if it's Naruto, if it's, what is it? The Last Airbender, Avatar, all these different, there's grown adults that sit down and watch this stuff. Hell, they have a whole streaming service called Crunchyroll that is nothing but animes and mangas and I don't know. Call me old-fashioned. I'd rather sit down and watch Shark Week, or I still like to watch Nat Geo. I still like to, I've tried. No, it's kind of fun to sit there. Of course, I don't get this anymore because both my kids are well past this one. Watching I got into Phineas and Ferb. I'm not gonna lie. I'll call myself a geek all day. I'm not gonna lie. I even got into Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I thought that one was kind of fun. But I don't know. I'm more of a wanting to get out and about now. I do. Not only do I work normal, I do this 5 nights a week, Sunday through Thursday. So yeah, on the weekends, I'm definitely wanting to go and do something. I still want to get out there and shop, and I still want to go out and just hang out. How about you guys? I mean, tell me there's a favorite family restaurant you guys like to go to, because I tell you what, for us, if she's not ordering any brothers, every chance we get, we go to this Chinese restaurant over in Slippery Rock, one town over. I still like that family camaraderie. There you go, Hoop. I had to throw that one out for you. I know that's your favorite word. So that is literally the hardest part about doing this right here. We're trying to get something built, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifices, and it does weigh on you. I'm missing out on, ball games or, wrestling matches, whatever. Getting that extra time. And it does play on the psyche too. It does get to a point where, it feels like everybody in there is kind of like, okay, well, he's going to be, he's doing this, so they become used to just doing their own routine. And then you get inside, I go inside and I'm like, hey, okay, guys, we got the free time. Let's go. Oh, no, I just kind of want to do this. Oh, no, we're all... The motivation to get these guys to move sometime is just insane. Now, that being said, I thought it was really cool. It wasn't all that long ago. We went to a festival over in Elwood. It was, I guess they do that, I think they said once a month or once every couple months or something like that. Especially in the summer. They do these little block festivals, and a lot of the local businesses go in and set up. They also have, different food vendors coming in from different places, different wineries coming in from different places. Each town has its own little thing. We have Strawberry Fest. I think they could get away with doing something like that here, just to bring the attention in. We got Oktoberfest coming up. I know everybody's like, wait a minute, dude, we're just getting into August, so don't get ahead of yourself. I'm just thinking of Oktoberfest is coming up. September they have Apple Fest down in Franklin. Yeah, we haven't done that. We've done that twice, and we haven't done that in a hot second. I don't mind going to car cruises. Anywhere that's got food and vendors and, especially, I do mix doing this and spending time with the family. So, I mean, there's been a lot of times that, like even at Pickleberg, Sarah was real big about me wanting to, here, let's do this video, do that video. And, unfortunately doing what we do, it's hard to put the youngest one on there because, well, she's under that age limit right now. And she loves to tease me that she has found us on YouTube. So either way, I mean, it's just kind of... It is a hard juggle. And then Kat's finding this out firsthand, between doing the family thing and your daily and doing this. It's tiresome. It really is. And I still, even sitting here, I'm thinking there's more I can do. I can be posting more. Sometimes just taking a night off like we do and not doing a live and just posting videos or posting pictures, something. But to do that, you need to get out and about. I'm constantly trying to figure out who can I get on here. How do I get in touch with this person? There's a lot of names out there that we would love to have on here that would really grab some attention. We're associated with a group called Talking Shit, spelled SHTTT. Those guys are constantly doing interviews, and we're talking people that are still active in Hollywood today, or they're very active in the music world. I don't mind having people on screen, but I mean, I'm constantly saying how much I want to get a travel van. So, something that everybody could be comfortable in the back, share the driving, and go into different places in other areas. Because, I mean, I guarantee, like this little vixen over here is constantly saying, I want to go back up to Lake Ontario and look for lake glass, even though it was like the worst place to find it. We found the smallest pieces up there. But the fact that in one day, I've said this a million times, I love where I live. You can see 2 Great Lakes and a natural wonder all in one day. That's hard to pass up on, honestly. I think the reason there's nobody watching right now, babe, is because Sundays have been so hit and miss as of late. That's why you gotta keep with the continuity of it. You gotta stay on schedule. The moment you take that little bit of a break or things kind of fall off, especially when you're first starting, you don't realize just how far behind you actually get. But this is why I'm always trying to figure out, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go to Monroeville this weekend. That's partially my fault because I didn't realize that there was going to be so many people off next weekend. And that was one in particular that Miss Kitty Cat was actually excited about. I thought, how fun would that be just to go and set up a booth, not even a booth, to set up our table, We don't have to sell the merch, which I would want to sell the merch, honestly. I mean, you might be able to pull it off for a Sunday. I don't know. But now, the plot thickens. You know me, I'm a football fan. And all of us are getting ready to get into football mode. And, the Friday Night Lights, we've been talking about it all week at work. I mean, it's just, we knew August was coming, right around the corner. And, we do have certain things we like to do, Me and you've seen Hoop run here a bunch of times. He grabs the fam, and if I can talk this little lady into going, we'll go over for the rivalry between Slippery Rock and Grove City. I'm a Slippery Rock alma mater and live in Slippery Rock. Never even knew it back then that this was our big rival. I don't know how I missed it. Maybe I just wasn't as much of a fan back then as I thought I was. But I'm constantly trying to find, get things going in a rhythm. And yeah, that was my pause, guys, because I'm just looking at her like she's yawning like crazy over there, and I'm just trying to figure out something, some way. And I know you're taking all this in. And like I've told you before, I don't say anything to you that I would not say to other people. I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you. So, I mean, you can sit there and cross your arms and make little faces, kitty cat, yeah. At least she's not threatening to hit me with bricks and stuff. I had to have a little fun, guys. I mean, it's the first time in here actually behind the scenes doing all this. She's seen it done. She just didn't realize what all was into it. Now, the fun part is, if she remembers, there is, we do an hour on here, and then we do an hour to 2 hours on the next one. And that's where the money play comes in. So she's just gonna have to love the fact that she is my partner in crime today. Now, another reason I wanted her to mic up is people absolutely love her accent. And I swear to you guys, she can turn it on and off. You'd think she was from Hollywood. She can't fully get rid of it. But up here, you know, it's okay. Yeah, we hear that beautiful little accent. And again, let's bring up Lake Ontario. I can't remember what the lady's question was, or she did. No, I think she just walked over and she goes, I have to ask you, where is that beautiful accent from? And when she found out she was from Tennessee, she just like beamed and loved it. Thank God she wasn't one of those knuckleheads that goes, oh, you got to say something Southern now. Every time I tell that story, I think back to, here's a big no-no, guys. You normally don't do this, but I will. I'm going to bring up an ex. She was actually from England. And she spent more time in the U.S., so the English accent, she could turn it on, but she had more of an English, or more of a, you know, American accent, United States accent, whereas her mom, thick English accent. And she was telling me about a time where I guess they went to West Virginia, and I guess the waitress got really obnoxious about it, and she's like, oh, say something in English, you know, say. I mean, for real, that you really just asked her, just, you know, what would you want her to say? Crumpet? You know, spot of tea? Something, you know. The very first time I ever brought Sarah up here, we were at a bonfire, and once they heard the accent, they're like, oh, she's from the South. Say something Southern. Say sweet tea. Cheers. You can't make this shit up, guys. I mean, it's just the stupid thing. It's just, I don't think they meant it like they did, but it just, again, all of us have done this. You know, it sounds good in our head until it comes out, and then it's like, oh, well, that was dumb. And the look on her face was just kind of, you know, I'm talking about Sarah now, when they said, say sweet tea, it's just kind of like, sweet tea. But get her around her, I tell you what, best yet, even just on the phone, talking to her granny, talking to her sister, anybody from back home, that accent goes into overdrive. It's almost like, I haven't spoken this in forever, so now everything, and that traditional Southern twang just comes out, and I may or may not be an asshole about it. It's like, yeah, see, there it is, yeah. And then I have to have some fun. Say something Southern, babe. I got a sense of humor, guys. What can I say? And I'm not immune to it. I had to stay with some friends for a month when we were moving back up here, just because, I mean, there's some crazy rule. Well, we can't sell you a house until you're a resident up here. You know, you have to be fully established for a month. Are you kidding me? So we had what we called garage nights. Every night we'd go out, sit down, just shoot the shit, love life. And I had picked up some, you know, I guess you could say Southern slang. And I'm trying to think. There was one thing I kept saying. Instead of making it plural, like saying 10 years ago, I'd be like, you know, oh, 10 years ago. Just small stuff that, you know, instead of saying yins, I got used to saying y'all. Oh, it's true. Don't look at me like that. Water. Breathe. Maybe we're glad you're mic'd up now. Holy crap. Mm. Like I said, guys, it's just. Are you okay over there? She's like part laughing, part. Okay, so I've watched her. Here's some mannerisms. I'm gonna make fun of her now. I gotta have some fun. I'll never forget the time I think we were on our way to Knoxville, and I'm sure you remember this when Nathan was with us. And him and I were joking back and forth. And he said something, he replied to something I had said. And this girl starts laughing to the point where she not only hyperventilated, but like she couldn't breathe. I literally thought she was gonna pass out. Her face turned purple. But she was laughing the whole time. Yeah, you. This was my water. You are drinking this now. There's nothing in it. Here, water. Ugh. You know, it's little stuff like that. And I heard this word, and I don't get to use it all. There's those little picadillos that, she has, those little mannerisms. And it wasn't all that long ago that me and this young lady got into, let's just say, a very, very, very heated. And I'm one of those people that I'm still to this day notorious for the heat of the moment. And then it's after the fact that I start thinking about certain things. And unfortunately, like I said, it's one of those times where, you don't, it kind of wakes you up to those little things. And one of the things I told her, we go back and forth all the time, especially when we go out together. She dresses like she's in her 60s. She's just one of those, it doesn't matter to me, I'm just going to throw it on. I'm one of those people that I try, but I still dress, not so much to portray, but I dress for her as well. And I got to thinking about, like, a lot of these shirts that she's ordered. I mean, she's got these adorable shirts that she likes to wear. And sometimes you have to appreciate stuff like that. You kind of gotta, you do have to acknowledge you can't always be the hard ass. I had a friend that referred to her as, it sounds like you want the trophy wife. No, I don't want a trophy wife. If I wanted a trophy wife, I would have still been dating the cheerleaders, the painted Barbies, No, one of the things that I really fell in love with her is she is the true girl next door. She still takes care of herself. She still, and as I love, she did, I've got a lot of friends that are friends. I know people there's women that won't even go to bed without wearing makeup. They got to make sure they have perfume on or deodorant or, Now me, I'm an au naturel sleeper. I just can't go into that, as she likes to put it, that REM. I don't find that REM sleep. If I've got shorts or something on, albeit, she's sitting here going, but you fall asleep on the couch or you'll fall asleep in your chair and I won't see you until it's time to go to work in the morning. something like that. But I get my best sleep in my natural state. But she is, I don't get it. She's got to be like, full shirt and shorts and, just, she'll sleep in her bra, guys. Why not just let the ladies loose for a little while? Let them breathe for a second. You've wore it all day long. Here's another fun thing about her. Summertime. There's two reasons her and I don't shower together all that often. One, we probably have the world's smallest shower. Number two, it could be, guys, I'm going to go way out left field in this one. It could be 200 degrees outside. She'll make sure that water's 300 degrees. She will cook you. And it's, I've worked all day in the heat, the humidity, I've been sweating all day. Warm enough. Not piping hot, and especially not before bed. Now, I can understand in this winter time when it's nice and cold outside, you want to come in, hit that hot shower and go, right? Not in the summer. No, she's one of those ones, she's constantly cold. But it's little stuff like that, guys. You got to kind of, it's what makes it interesting. And ask anybody, and they'll tell you that her and I are exact opposites on a lot of stuff. But there is the fun part. Now, it's a challenge to find, that common ground, that similarity, something you can both get into. And for a while, she did try and get into football. When we first moved back up here, good Lord, I'm the one telling her, and you know me, I bleed black and gold, guys, but I'm the one telling her, like, babe, we're in a good place. We don't need to constantly go out and, but no, we went to the Steelers store. We were getting on Marketplace and jerseys galore. And she was trying. I don't know what happened. Her attention span on things, though, is, you'd think she was a 5-year-old. She'll get into something for a little while, and then it's just like, okay, this is, I had fun with it, boom, I'm done. Over. But if we were the exact same on everything, honestly, how long before, it just goes stagnant? It gets boring. So it opens up that realm of that world of communication, that you're in that ever and never-ending search for Now, I'm not talking about us doing matching T-shirts. She tried that. I'm not a fan of it. The only time is when she's wearing the official shirt of Another Shot Podcast. Yes, the Whiskey Willie on the front and on the back. Our tagline. It could just be the alcohol talking. Which, if you guys are interested in it, everything was going good up until there. That's all about. $20 a shirt, guys, or 2 for $5. On that note, though, like I said, and the fun part is, I got to give her credit. She knew I was putting on the hat. She knew I was getting ready, and I saw her trying on the Captain Morgan hat that I thought I was going to love, and I've worn it like twice. It suits her so much better. That's why I don't wear it. So, that's about as close as it gets to us doing the matching stuff. But I wouldn't be opposed to, I try to bring out in her a little more rock and roll. And I tell you what, you guys ought to see us when we hit the karaoke nights. Our friend Beth said it best. We complement each other very well. We still try and find ways to get out there and have fun, and we do have some stuff that when we get the opportunity. But on that note, guys, we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this one up. So if you want to go back to the media. There we go. Before we wrap this one up, we are going to do another quick shout out. We're just going to do 2 pictures. Quick shout out to our friends there at MLH Distillery, located right here in Grove City, Pennsylvania, guys. All these awesome bottles you see on your screen. There they are. And you see me serving at the bar, guys. You can purchase right there at MLH Distillery, or you can get them at mlhdistillery.com. You can also find them on Facebook. Another quick shout out. Follow along, babe. To our good friends there at Snap-on Tools, the premier selection in automotive tools. Thank you, Robin. Love you, buddy. So, no, down. We're going to do one more real fast. Yeah, up, right there. See where? Yes, you're right on it. We got to do another quick shout out. As you can see on your screen, sorry, Spotify. Friday, August 14th from 7 to 10 p.m. at Jimmy Nino's over in Warren, Ohio. Oh, nope, that says Brookfield, Ohio. It's kind of hard to see that one. Our good friend Michael Copenhaver will be hosting a comedy auction. So if you got something you want to send to us that you want auctioned off, it's going to a good cause. It's to help a young girl who needed back surgery, and unfortunately, as is, nowadays, they insurance is a pain in the ass. So all proceeds go to a good cause, guys. Hit us up if you want more on that. You don't need anything down there anymore. But this is that time of the night where or time of the day, however you want to look at it, we affectionately refer to as the last shot. Now, seeing as how I could not get her mic'd up, unfortunately, guys, I am going to be the only one flying on this one. But, like I said, guys, for those of you who are on TikTok, we are heading there directly next. Looking forward to seeing you all on there. We will be here tomorrow night for our Monday night bartender. We did receive our handshake from our good friends over there in Idaho. That is the Mash Brothers. So we got some awesome, and I'm sorry, Ray, I just finished off the last of our Knob Creek. Only took us 3 months to do that. Actually, I'm sure Kat's going to want me to save that. So it's going to be a 2-part. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do the first half to fill the gap, but once those guys come on, we will be reviewing their Idaho moonshine that they have sent us. We got 4 different types. Can't wait for it. You guys all love the fact that, we did that one with Uncle Moonshine and our boy Cowboy, who I'm kind of surprised didn't pop in here tonight. We love doing it, and they trust our reviews. So we're not professional. It's just we're as honest as we can be. We liked it. We didn't like it. This is what we're tasting. Can we still use it? Who knows? We have our Tuesday Real Flicks and Chill, which unfortunately right now we still don't have a topic of conversation yet for that one. We have our Wednesday night open bar, and of course our Thirsty Thursday Thoughts and Shots, which will be very quickly becoming our Thirsty Thursday Thoughts and Shots NFL edition. So we will be, our Thursday nights will be nothing but football talk and beer. And of course we round it all out with our Sunday Weekend Hangover. So again, guys, thank you for joining us. We've had fun. Thank you, babe. You did awesome. But this is where you're going to quit squirreling, and you're going to go up there to that little pink button up top. All the way up top. All the way up top. Click on that. Now, see where that little pink spot right there is down there? Okay, now don't. Watch for my cues, beautiful. Last shot, guys. the always famous. There are good ships, there are wood ships, there are ships that sail the sea. But the best ships are friendships, and may they always be. Like I said, guys, if you're on TikTok, we're heading there next. Always remember, though, everything we say on this show is just our opinion. But then again, it could be the alcohol talking. Watch for the glass.
Thank you for stopping in and listening to the Another Shot podcast. We shared some drinks, stories, and laughs. But it's time to say goodnight. Join us next time on Another Shot podcast.
If you're looking for a party, then man, have you found it? Now the shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Now the shot is gonna hit you with the mind overloading. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Just remember, everything we say is just our opinion.